So before we play another family game tonight, we will finish up the B series of the Bridge Master Level 5 campaign. Tomorrow we will continue with the C series, and we are in a free no Trump contract this time. Well, let's see. I mean, there's not much choice in trick 1, but well, there were, when I count high card tricks, there were like two high card tricks in hearts, two in diamonds, and three in clubs, which means seven tricks. And since West led a spade, we also have a sure trick with the king of spades. So we are at 8 tricks at the moment. So for 3-0 Trump, we need to develop one more trick. And I'm already trying to guess who will be the opponent to come up with a 4-card club suit, since we have like 11 high card tricks if the clubs don't split for 0. So we can be pretty sure that clubs will eventually split for 0 in some fashion. Which of course gives frightens a little bit with regards to a spade stopper potentially. The question that I ask myself is, well, the first question, what is complicated about this hand in the first place? Since, I mean, we are going to win this trick in hand, because otherwise we will lose the king and then we will test the clubs. And I'm not seeing many chances, to be brutally honest, in case West has led. So I'm pretty sure West's Jack of Spades lead is from a sequence. So it's like Jack 10, 9, 8 possibly. We have 6 cards in had 6 cards in spades, so the opponent held 7 spades altogether. And I'm pretty sure West has led from a 5-card suit. So if we win this with the king and test the clubs and clubs turn out to be 4-0, it will be presumably with East, since West has led his long spade suit already. But what does that help us? Since if we now play the king, East remains with 1 spade, even if West started with 5. And he will play that spade back, and if West is able to overtake it, we will go down on spades alone. Is there anything we can do against this? I'm now just assuming a 4-card club suit with East, right? Is there any chance to if I let this trick go? I don't see it. I mean, I could easily imagine West having underled the ace. It's not something you usually like to do, but if it is the top of a sequence, I could imagine it. And if East returns a low spade and we play our king and West plays the ace, we are down immediately. Because West just catches 5 spade tricks. But on the other hand, if we take this, what will be difficult about the hand at all? I mean, if clubs don't split for 0, it's a laydown contract. And if clubs do split for 0, the opponent who has Four clubs has a sure club trick with Jack 10, 9, 8. There's nothing. Well, if 4 rounds of clubs are played, he can't even avoid making a trick. Even if he didn't want to make a trick, actually. So, opponent will make a club trick if we play 4 rounds of clubs. And after that, this opponent might return a spade, and West might cast 4 spade tricks. And we're down. And we could potentially avoid this. There's one way to possibly avoid it. If we... after we learn that club split 4-0, we could actually try to play spades ourselves. As weird as that may sound. But the opponents will play spades anyway, we can't avoid it. And at least by playing spades ourselves, we don't lose a club trick immediately. So we only lose the 4 spade tricks, and we are still in the game. And also, if West cashes 4 spade tricks, East needs to make discards. And of course, East can't discard a club ever. If he discards a club, as soon as West is out of spades, he has to return a red suit and we win the ace and just lay down the contract if East has discarded the club. Yeah, I don't see any point in ducking this. Even in the most theoretical of circumstances that East has like a singleton spade, maybe, is that the point? Well, if East has a singleton spade, we can also just play clubs. Since, but if East has a singleton spade, West would have a 6-card suit with some values. With the ace-jack, I would have assumed he opened 2 spades with that. So I really strongly assume spades to split 5-2. Yeah. I sort of like the idea of actually testing the club suit first, obviously, but after we tested clubs, actually just giving West his spades voluntarily. Since, well, East will return a spade anyway. And West needs to cash his 4 spades now. If we need a spade voluntarily, he just has to. Since if he plays a red card, well, we can play the clubs now, since East doesn't have a spade to return. So West will just cash his 4 spade tricks. And East has to make discards on the spades, that's the point. And I could easily imagine like either diamonds or hearts actually only being stopped by East. Well, not really. I mean, West had 5 spades and 0 clubs, so it's pretty likely that West actually stops both hearts and diamonds. Possibly both opponents stop them. But East has to keep his clubs, obviously. He can't. So I think on the run of the spades from West, East likely has to discard one of his winners. Maybe we can later squeeze West with the high clubs. Between hearts and diamonds, that is. Although this is pretty hard to imagine since... Well, what does North need to keep then? I want to play the final club winner from South. Simply so that North has to make his discard after West. So if West abandons hearts, I'm inclined to abandon diamonds and the other way around. So I will probably discard the 2 of diamonds on the spades. And as soon as as West is done with his spades, and I'm on lead, I will cash the ace king of diamonds first, and keep 1 low diamond in dummy as a threat card. So one of the opponents has to keep a diamond. It's probably gonna be West. And then on the last club winner from South. Because the question is also, which club do I want to play first? The ace, the king, or the queen? And I think I'm opting for the queen, because then I can at least discard one of the other clubs from dummy. On the one of the spades. I don't need both anymore. So yeah, I think that's gonna be my plan. I'm going to win this trick with the king of spades, because I have to. If I don't do it now, then West just make 5 spade tricks. And I think I will cash the queen of clubs first, so that I can discard either the 7 or the 6 later. Yeah, West shows out, so I'm on the right track. And I think now I don't want to lead a second club, actually. Since then, dummy has a discard problem on the spades. So I think I'm just going to let West win his spades now. And West will play 4 rounds of spades, and on the 4th round from dummy, I will discard a club. Because now, since I played the queen, I don't need both clubs anymore. I can just use one of the clubs to come back to hand. So, give West his spade. West will play 4 rounds of spades, I'm pretty sure. The 2 of diamonds is a certain loser, so that has to go. Since I can't afford one more loser at all. And now I will just discard clubs. And he's discarded hearts, important. West continues with a heart. I'm very tempted to win this one in hand. Yeah, I mean, he still guards the club suit, that's for sure. So we won't make the 5 of clubs. But I don't really think that matters. I mean, I win this one in hand. I think East might now be out of hearts. I didn't take count very precisely, which of course is bad, but I still think we are on the right track. We will now play the 2 high diamonds, Since we need to unblock the suit, a suit is blocked whenever all the cards on the shorter side are higher. So in this case we have only two, dummy has three, but our two are the high ones. That means that the suit is blocked, and usually when you see a blocked suit, your natural instinct should be to unblock it, meaning to play those high cards, so that the lower cards on the other side can be reached later. I will play 2 rounds of diamonds. So, I think they both might stop diamonds now. And only West stops hearts and only East stops clubs. But I think if I now play 2 rounds of clubs, the ace and king, I think on the king of clubs, West might be squeezed, and West might be squeezed before me, which is very important. So, because North is also squeezed on the king of clubs, but West sits before North. That was the whole thing I was trying to talk about. So if West discards a heart, we discard a diamond. If West discards a diamond, we discard a heart, I think. Well, we have to just play the ace king of clubs. We basically don't have a choice at this point. West abandons a diamond. Should I really risk it playing the 4 of hearts right now? I mean, I should have counted, but I was too enthusiastic and too sloppy to count this. I think this is the squeezing trick, so I think this might be the last diamond stopper out there, although I really should have counted that one. And well, East has a diamond shit, so that doesn't work. That wasn't a good try. It was a try, but possibly this whole thing was incorrect. Is there any way we could have played this one better? Because East guards the diamond suit. Well, we have to take this, basically. We can't allow West to just make 5 spade suits straight out of the gate. Especially since it's actually, in a normal bridge hand, it's actually likely that clubs don't split for 0, so the contract should be a laydown, and we can't risk that by ducking a spade. It's completely ridiculous. I really want to elaborate on my plan of trying to squeeze West in hearts and diamonds, which also succeeded. I mean, West was forced to abandon the diamonds, but East could still guard it, since the club threat in South wasn't enough. So should I actually play the squeezing card from North instead of South? That's the question I'm asking myself now. And what would the squeezing card even be? It could be the Queen of Clubs. But there is no squeezing clubs against East, since East just follows suit. I mean, I just have to be on the right track, basically. am missing a small but important detail, I feel. So I can't just play 4 rounds of clubs, right? No. Can I play all 3 rounds of clubs first? Before exiting a spade? Maybe. Because West cannot return a club. Maybe we should try that. Because then I think if West doesn't want to discard one of his spades, yeah, West needs to keep 4 spade tricks, and if we now play 3 rounds of clubs, he will have lost 4 cards already by that point. So I think at that point he might have to abandon either the heart or the diamond stopper already. And maybe we can work from there. So actually play 3 rounds of clubs immediately, I think. But won't West just do the same thing he did last time? Just keep the heart stopper and abandon the diamond stopper and let East stop the diamonds for him. We do have a threat card in South. We do have like the 5 of clubs as a threat card against East. But how does that actually help us? Maybe we should keep the 2 of diamonds as a threat in South? But then what should we discard? I mean, we have to make 3 discards on the spades. 2 of them can be clubs. But if we play a 3rd club where we abandon the suit again. And yes, both opponents have to abandon the suit each, but can't. Once again, like just West abandon diamonds, East abandon hearts, and both opponents are actually still fine. What's the point? Is there a squeeze scenario I'm not taking into account? I was already quite satisfied with my previous attempt. There's probably one excruciating small detail that I just keep getting wrong. So which suits are actually threatened by South? I think that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Maybe we should have played the clubs actually. Maybe the strategy was correct after all, but playing the ace king of clubs in the end might have been wrong. So I think I will do the same thing. I switch to the Queen of Clubs, which is important since I want to discard one of my clubs from dummy. But I think now I will just voluntarily exit in spades. Well, I need to play my spades first, obviously. I can discard two of my clubs, that doesn't hurt. So now I need to pay a little more attention on the discards. I think East discarded a diamond the first time around, and now discarded a heart. Not that it matters all that much since I'm not really sure about the exact distribution in the first place. So now, after just 3 tricks, each switches to a heart, so we must have done something right. Or was it wrong? Or does West just want to avoid his partner getting squeezed? I think East has already abandoned the Heartstopper, right? Well, maybe I should have just discarded the 2 of diamonds. Maybe not. Maybe let's try this. So let's win this in hand. Play one of our high clubs so that we always can come back in clubs. If we want to, like, go for the diamond suit or whatever. Or does West actually... Should we actually just play 3 rounds of clubs? Since we will lose the 3rd round to East, so that doesn't hurt. And we can easily discard diamonds from dummy. But East will keep a diamond stopper, with West keeping a heart stopper. So maybe I should have discarded the diamond all along. Discarding a club was possibly wrong. Yeah, now West continues spades the 4th time. So we can now both discard a club. East discards the 2nd heart, so East has discarded 2 hearts and a diamond at this point. The heart return we win in hand. I think at this point East might be out of hearts, so East just possibly has 3 diamonds and 3 clubs. And I think if I now just play the ace king of diamonds, that I then play to the king of hearts, and on the king of hearts East might be squeezed. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Finally. It's a little late, but we got there. I think we should now... Yeah, maybe West guards the diamond suit still. No. Well, we have to. We have to switch to the king of hearts. East abandons diamonds, obviously. And I don't think the 5 of diamonds is good now, right? No, it's not. Ah, that wasn't it either. What am I doing wrong in this squeeze setup? Because I think the idea is pretty obvious, right? I need to play spades because I don't have 9 tricks myself. If club split for 0, if I continue clubs, well, East returns a spade and we're down. If I continue either hearts or diamonds, it doesn't help either. I could catch one of the high diamonds before we start this whole process with the spades, but I don't really see what that should accomplish. I could also play a second high club. Establishing both a club and a diamond threat in south, since then I need to discard a diamond from north. Let's try that, but this is all very speculative business, to be brutally honest. Maybe not. Maybe just playing 2 rounds of clubs actually brings West hand down 1 trick more compared to the previous attempt. So I will cash 2 of my clubs, but I will keep the third club in dummy. West discards a heart, okay. And he also discarded a diamond already, I think. Now we play 1 round of diamonds. I think that can't hurt either. And now we exit the spade to West. Well, but what do we discard from south now, since we don't really have a threat in south to keep? Which I think is sort of a problem. Now East still discards the hearts. And West has also already discarded 1 heart. I really don't know, guys. Oh, West switches to a diamond again prematurely. So should we just surrender this trick to East voluntarily, maybe? I mean, East surely cannot return a spade. This is But once again, West just guards the heart suit and East guards the clubs. I think we should win this because we need a diamond threat of some sort. And yet we can play 2 rounds of hearts now. But West stops the heart suit and East stops the diamond suit once. We don't. If we duck that diamond trick to East, we desperately miss our diamond threat. Could we now just duck a diamond? Where East might just return a club actually. And West will just keep hearts. Well, we know West still has 1 spade left. Not really sure how that matters, but okay. We can play the ace of hearts, that one doesn't hurt. But both defenders actually just follow suit in hearts. And West will still stop the heart suit. So if I play the king of clubs now, I can't. But what happens if I play a diamond now? Then West just makes the trick, right? Or East makes it and returns possibly a club or a heart. I don't think that matters all that much. Yeah, West still stops the heart suit, and we don't have a diamond threat anymore. Guys, I'm really missing something today. Terribly sorry. Maybe one last try. It's just a small detail that's missing, but could actually be vital. Should I play spades immediately right now? That seems very, very far-fetched. Maybe play one high diamond first, and then just exit spades immediately. Oh, now West has a 6-card spade suit. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like this trade of Bridgewater, to be honest. That they can switch hands voluntarily like that, because now this isn't punishment for the way we played, because if West had started with a 6-card spade suit, if that was even possible, we would have lost anyway. We would have lost possibly with the quote-unquote correct strategy also. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this, and then I'm just gonna look it up. I think West has one more spade. Yeah, I mean, this is a bit unfair, because first, with a 6-card spade suit, West would have opened 2 spades in the majority of the cases. And secondly, I think even the correct strategy fails against this. So you can't punish like a wrong strategy by giving the opponents a hand against which the correct strategy would have also failed. That doesn't make sense. We win it. Compound suicide squeeze. Okay, suicide I do understand, since I want to let West squeeze his opponent by playing spades. Okay, we should keep the queen. That's interesting. And now we just exit spades. Okay. So we did it all correctly on our very first try. We just cashed the wrong high club, since I wanted to be able to make a discard from dummy, but it doesn't seem necessary. Yeah, he will catch his spades. Five, 4, 4, 0, yes. So even in this case, we aren't blocked in the clubs, because, well, we have enough diamond entries back to hand. That should be obvious. We win the ace, we unblock the club suit. We switch to diamonds back. Yeah, and now on the king of clubs, west is squeeze. Oh no, we play the other diamond on a first. Forcing east to abandon the hearts. And now we play the club king, I guess. And now west is squeezed. And if east pitches a heart, we also pitch a heart. Alright. Yeah. I mean, this is probably the first hand in this whole series where I honestly have to say this. It's a bit above my head, a bit in live play. I would have tried it the way I did on the first try by catching the queen of clubs first and then exiting spades. That's something I could have imagined doing in an actual bridge hand, but this and then reacting to whatever East discards at this point. This seems a bit high for me, to be brutally honest. West switches to diamonds and south wins. I'm actually curious what the sea hands look like. Because if they are all like this, then good fun with the videos. Yeah, this is another double squeeze against both, since East had to abandon hearts earlier because he had to keep clubs. I mean, that was something we also achieved in our attempts. But then, to set up the squeeze against West, in hearts and diamonds, we need to block the club suit temporarily. And also block one other suit, potentially hearts or diamonds, to have enough entries back and forth. And that's a thing, actually. So a blocked suit, like I said, is usually bad. But two blocked suits in opposite sides. So the one being blocked by a high card in north and the other in south. That might actually be helpful even. So two blocked suits can sort of cancel each other out in a weird way. So we were able to block both clubs and the red suit. And we still had enough communication by both blocked suits. This is high stuff, man. Okay, I'm brutally honest. I don't think I'm able to solve many of these type of hands. Although the basic idea is pretty obvious, I think. But the exact execution is hard. Alright guys, have a good night. I will play bridge with my family right now.